Iron and Glass, The Weight of Men, Then and Now. Chapter 1. The Iron Age of Men. The world smelled of smoke, leather and earth. It was a time when the days started before dawn, when men rose with the weight of responsibility already on their shoulders. Back then, there was no pause button, no safety net. Survival depended on your hands, your back, and your will. Picture a morning in a small, dusty town. The sky is still dark, its stars fading, and a chill hangs in the air. Samuel, a blacksmith, steps out of his wooden home. His boots crunch against the gravel, and the familiar weight of his hammer hangs from his belt. His hands are cracked and scarred, proof of a life forged in heat and sweat. In his world, strength isn't a choice. It's the currency of survival. Every swing of his hammer echoes through the town, a reminder that work is being done, that progress is being made. But Samuel isn't alone in this. Around him, other men rise. Farmers hitch oxen to plows, faces weathered by sun and wind. Carpenters sharpen their tools. Soldiers march. Hunters check their bows. Every man has a purpose, and that purpose is tied to providing and protecting. There are no shortcuts, no easy roads. If a fence is broke, it's fixed. If food runs low, it's found or grown. Life is simple, but it is never easy. These men of the past didn't talk much about strength. They lived it. They carried logs, tilled soil, fought wars, and raised families. They endured injuries without complaint, loss without collapsing. Their value wasn't measured in followers or likes, but in the roof over their children's heads and the bread on their tables. They were not perfect. They were often roughed, sometimes distant, but they were pillars because they had to be. They knew if they had faltered, everything could crumble. The world demanded it. There was no luxury of self-pity. There was only work to be done and mouths to feed. And in that world, a man's word was iron. If he promised, he delivered. If he failed, it was his to own. A handshake could seal a deal. A glance could earn respect, and betrayal carried a cost too heavy to bear. They faced storms without warning, wars without preparation, and hardships without sympathy. And yet, they built towns, bridges, homes, and legacies. They built not because it was easy, but because they believed the future depended on their sweat. Every scar was a story, every wrinkle a roadmap of experience. This was the Iron Age of Men, a time when your name carried weight because you carried weight. When the only way forward was through the fire. It was a time when being a man wasn't about how you looked, but about how much you could bear and how steadfastly you could stand when the world demanded more than you thought you had to give. Quote, "A man is not known by the steel in his hands, but by the unseen weight his soul can bear."